All right, round two, we're back at it. So sorry about that, guys. I guess I might cut this stream since the stream was earlier discontinued. For those of you who haven't seen the past stream, that was maybe like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. Feel free to go check that out. This is gonna be the new. This is probably gonna be the longer segment of the stream though, because this is where this part of, I guess, I don't want to say this part, but this part or this section of the stream is just going to be, I don't know, if anybody's in chat, feel free. I'll feel free to, I guess we can just hang out and talk. But also, yes, I'm finally back. Sorry about that. So yeah, finally back, and let's get back to this. So I completely lost my train of thought from 20 minutes ago. However, oh yeah, matchmaking. So matchmaking's next on the list, and so is fixing the name title. All right, I thought I missed it. What's up? Oh hey, what's up, One Miku fan? That One Miku fan, good to see you. Yeah, I was live for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. Then I kind of left and then came back because something happened. So yeah, I had to eat dinner. So yes, that was the thing. That was the thing that happened. So I think, let's see here. What's next? All right, so customization's fixed. This should be here. This actually should be here. So I just want, all right, let's just take a quick peek back because I need to remember what we did. So, all right. Let's just wait around here. And now, so credits works. And then, let's see, right? Customize works as well, kind of. Like, for example, this player name thing we need to fix. But everything else, customization-wise, is totally usable and works totally fine. All right. Do I hit finish? Okay, let's fix that next. Let's fix the UI. Luckily, this should be pretty easy, though, so just gotta wait for the thing to load back in. There we go. And now let's get this UI back. So, yeah, right down here. Starter, player, controller. Here we go. So this controller script is where we handle everything. So, oh wait, nope, it's the finalize button. So since it's the finalize button, we could just go into the customization UI, hit appearances, and go to main, finalize. And here we go. So this is exactly the thing we're looking for. And now we can just make the menu visible again. So, no, game.players.localplayer.playerGUI.customization, .menu.visible, enabled equals true. So, yeah. This will make the menu enabled, and now when we go back on this, this should return back to normal. So yeah, just that quick thing. All right. Let's see, right? Customize, character, finish, sweet. So, next, let's fix the name error. So, that actually is really easy because it's directly here. If I can find it, I have a script that actually manages all of these weird little nuanced updating bugs somewhere around here. If you can't tell, I'm very when I originally made this framework, it was like really organized, then it like broke down. So now we need to find everything else again. So Quest UI, Stats UI, Handler, Combat Stats, Name. Oh, there it is. There it is. So luckily, I think we can just Control-C, Control-V this. So all right, there we go. So this little GUI thing is unnecessary. Update stats event. Okay, that's still relevant. And then let's see here. First name. Yeah, these make sense. Menu UI. This isn't here anymore, so we can just delete this. If you don't know, this is for like when you hit the tab menu. That's what this is referring to. And then also there is no GUI anymore. So we can just delete this as well. So there we go. And now that should fix our previous problems with the customization label. And that should, nope, maybe not. Yep, there we go. So this isn't really like a runtime error, but we can just delete a lot of these out for simplicity. So we don't really need the stat update branch for this. We really just need these branches in. So this can just be set to if. And I'll just name this name show. Can people test your game and find bugs, you know, the ones you didn't notice? Unfortunately, due to Roblox's really, really bad, like, update where, like, I can't publish a game without an ID, you cannot test it yet. If I can somehow get my way in, and, you know, I can somehow verify my way without needing to put my face on there or my ID on there, then eventually, yes, this will be publicly testing available, but it will only be publicly available at certain times, probably. Just since I want to be there when, like, the game's being played, just so I can get honest feedback. Here we go. Yes, it works. Okay, these name lists are pretty bad, but you know what, that's fine. We'll add in a bunch of other names. It's easy to trick Roblox's AI. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't done it yet, so I've tried a couple attempts, but again, I didn't put too much effort into it. Finish. And now, let's do the play button. The button that the player actually needs to use. So, how come you're so anti-giving your data? Just out of curiosity, don't trust Roblox. So, I don't trust Roblox is the first thing, and and the second part is the fact that Roblox has teamed up with a company called Persona, and Persona's been in a lawsuit for the fact that they gave out, or they had, I think it was either a data leak or something really, really bad where a lot of PII got leaked from Persona's databases, which proved that they keep people's like images and pictures and stuff in their database. So if I ended up getting, I don't know, leaked or something, like if a database ends up getting leaked, then I would end up losing, like, my ID and my user could be connected, so people could, practically I'd get doxxed, practically. So I'm so anti Roblox just because I don't want my data to be used for them. Sense, you know? And also because I was gonna say I thought they weren't meant to keep it. They technically are not, no, and that's why they're being sued, is because they're not supposed to keep it. However, it's actually, you know what? It's more of a legal loophole. So Roblox says they don't keep data. Roblox does not keep the data. Persona keeps your data. And Persona's been hacked, I think, a couple times within its lifespan. Let me just take a look to verify that. But Persona age verification. Yeah, there have been a couple data breaches. Yeah, here we go. Yep. So in February, 53 megabytes of the front end test infrastructure and code base was exposed, and people managed to get get access to stuff that they weren't supposed to, which led to things, many like uncompressed files getting accessed. So yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, if it was any other age verification company, I'd consider it. It's just when you use a company like Persona and then you also team it up with Roblox, even if they managed, well, there are billions of IDs and no one would notice you, you know? Yes, you're technically right. However, you know, I might not be a target maybe yet, right? But the thing is like, I don't know, if things like this channel or anything else pop off, maybe to say, that could then become a really big problem because there's no way to scrub your data off. There's not many ways to scrub your data off the public once it's out there. So I would rather just avoid that entirely. As well as there's also a third reason, and that's because the fact that like 50% of people haven't completed age verification is a lot of the reason why Roblox is kind of, well, they're losing money because of their bad updates, but also when it shows that their systems aren't working, the more people who don't end up, you know, going through their systems, it just proves that their systems aren't, you know, working properly and they're just being circumvented anyway, which would probably lead more investors to, you know, not consider this system anyway. Anyway, let's get this play button working. So I think I have a system I could for this. So I'm just gonna borrow the old menu set, the old like system. So we're gonna do two things. So first, we'll do a thing where we'll say, okay, select your data slot that you want to play on, you know, because we want to make sure that the person's so that they choose the slot that they want to play on. And then secondly, then you select your server and stuff. All right. For reference, this is the old menu. So just to show you how far this has already come along, we have, how do you do hot boxes, facial queries? You mean, I think you're referring to hitboxes probably, but hitboxes. So how I handle hitboxes is I just have a box that shows up, and then whenever, well, yeah, I just do a hitbox, and I use, I think I have a custom module to handle it all. I'm trying to remember what I used for that though. That might sound weird. But I'm trying to remember how it's handled. Man, I would not remember how. You know what? We'll actually just take a look at the source code ourselves. So, dot touched. I don't think I use dot touched because dot touched is really unreliable, unfortunately. So hitbox is box hitbox. Here we go. So yeah, it uses a run service, heartbeat, and get part balance and box. So this is a bit more of a reliable system. And pretty much it's just running on a connection. So whenever it stops, it disconnects the connection and destroys everything. And another thing, Marooned has this. I don't think many games have this, but the hitbox is actually welded to the player. So I'll make this visible just as a little test showcase to show you all how this works. But pretty much when you end up swinging your weapons and stuff, the hitbox is welded to your player, which makes the hitboxes feel a lot more snappy than a standard game's hitbox, and it makes it so you don't have to call, like, you know, 5 different instances. Okay, this is kind of loud, not gonna lie. Here we go. So whenever I pull out my weapon, as you see, the hitbox is like connected to me, which I guess that's really the major thing Maroon's hitbox engine uses that's different from other games. There's probably a bad reason why I shouldn't be doing this, but I just prefer this so much more. Because it doesn't mean I have to spawn in like hundreds of instances of a singular hitbox to get this to work. So it just makes a little better performance probably for like the areas that I'm in. Alright. I forget if I've done anything in the actual base game because I don't feel like I have. Oh yeah, actually I did do something. I've been using spatial queries, which main problem is needs to be casted multiple times in velocity prediction to simulate being welded. Yeah, so honestly, I just use the welding simulation. If I have to use spatial queries, then I'll do spatial queries in the future. It's just, I'd rather wait till the technology's a little better developed. And also, once, I just prefer welded, honestly. If you want the truth, I just prefer welded. Another system. So I made this a while ago, I think. But pretty much, I made a cold stamina. So pretty much, when you wear things like coats and stuff, you have higher resistance to the snow now. And the snow naturally decreases your cold stamina. And now, if you stay out in the cold for too long, there's a new system where you'll naturally, like, freeze to death, kind of. Which is, in my opinion, a pretty nice system. So now, there's actually a reason to stay out of these areas and to, like, dodge snow. Because I feel like most games don't handle, like, you know, big snow and stuff too well. So we're going to have two types of snow, probably. We're going to have, like, a normal snow and, like, a permafrost level of snow where it's, like, crazy. Alright, we got, like, 170 seconds worth of, like, snow to go through. But, yeah, so, yeah. Pretty much, as you see here, it just decreases the cold stamina for every second I'm in here. And eventually will also give me warnings and indicators as well. So yeah, oh, another thing. This thing, I don't think really much, I've talked about this much, but I've also got like the lantern item. So that was just a little basic test item. But yeah, so we got that, we got... I'm trying to think of how to like make sure you guys aren't bored while I'm just like, you know, sitting here waiting for my cold stamina to decrease. I guess we can move around with a cinematic camera, which is always pretty entertaining, like, you know. Do you have any non-humanoid dummies? So, as a matter of fact, I don't. I know it's really unoptimized to use humanoids, but, honestly, I've just stuck with humanoids for a while. I probably should change, though, because the thing is, it probably will, the game won't be able to probably handle that many, like, enemy AIs at the same time. But yeah, I definitely should change it 100%. It will be called Bandit Beater Game. That is one of the only things Marooned will never be. I promise you guys this. I will try to avoid bandit beating because bandit beating has to be one of the most grueling experiences I have ever heard of in a video game and the dumbest excuse I've ever heard of for gameplay in a game. So, I will probably never add bandit beating as long as this game ever, or any of my games actually exist, because I do not like them. Oh, I should probably warm up my hands. So it gives you like a warning. My hands are frigid. I need to warm up quick. So it gives you those warnings. And then once your cold stamina finally decreases, you get damaged. So you'll get, you know, naturally you'll get damaged a lot by the cold until you eventually, you know. But also it kind of levels up your vitality. So unironically, if you want to do endurance training, train in the snow. Like, it hurts a lot. I have a chest to sell to you, sir. Okay, you stole it, but you didn't give me any money. Gosh dang it. Will there be permadeath stuff? Like, really hard progression. So, the goal of Marooned is that you should be able to play as you like. So there will probably be a permadeath mode. So I'm gonna make a difficulty system eventually where like there's easy mode, which is like, you know, you have unlimited life. Or actually, I'll probably do a couple modes. It's probably gonna be like a couple, like, I don't know, 5 lives, 3 lives, 1 life is like the you know, the normal permadeath kind of modes, and then I'll have like an unlimited life mode for those who like want to play the game like without having to worry about permadeath, because I understand from like a player perspective that many players don't like permadeath, so I can totally sympathize with players who want that. Also, what am I? Did I not just pay for a sloop? Where'd my boat go? I paid for a sloop. What the heck? Did I just get scammed? Dang. Getting scammed by your own NPCs. That's gotta be a new low. Oh, I'm paying for ministry cloaks for some reason. Okay, so I don't know why that's happening, but yeah. Well, you can have permadeath for double XP or loot, but don't make it part of the progression. That's what people hate most. Yeah, permadeath has to be entertaining to be part of the progression system. Like there should be a reason why permadeath should exist in your game. It should not just be slapped on top as an afterthought. Honestly, I'm just gonna say that straight up. Is that people don't like mindless permadeath in games. So yeah, I would highly advise. Like, I'm gonna make incentives like, I don't know, probably extra like XP and just like, I don't know, you'll probably be able to progress your builds faster, and like the higher, or sorry, the lower lives that you have, the more, you know, the faster you progress. So like you'll build a max out a build on like a permadeath account way quicker probably, but also you have to worry more about like actually dying. Oh, shop info, here we go. Yeah, so I actually unironically forgot that this existed. So .ships.sloop. So this will now make it so I can have a sloop, but we'll do that later. Because I've already made a full devlog on sailing, so. Or will you can you can obtain weapon or obtain something that can only obtain in permadeath? Yes, I would do that. However, I plan to add trading into the game, which could, you know, ruin the economy kind of. So I'll tell you this, is there will probably be increased drop rates in permadeath mode, because like, so for example, an item that's maybe like, I don't know, a 10%er in normal mode will be like maybe a 30 or 40, like 20 to 40% chance in the permadeath mode, just because I naturally think that's better. I think as a player you should be rewarded for permadeath. Like, you shouldn't be punished for it as much as other games do it. Some games just have, I don't get it. Some games have awful permadeath. Like, man. I don't want to dunk on any developers yet, but there are just some that are not great. I'll tell you that. Menu. And I'll paste that into here. All right, let's see here. Okay, this will do. And now I think there's probably like a couple more things on the client side I have to extract. Customization assets, events, servers, main game ID. Oh. Like Ghoulry. Okay, so I've actually never played Ghoulry, so I won't make fun of the game because I've never played it, but from what I've heard, Ghoulry is not great. You know, I just look at like game reviewers. Like, I look at their like reviews of the game before I play a game, just because I'd rather not waste my time on it. So honestly, some of these games are crazy though. Like all right, for some reason I wasn't able to open this menu. Let's reopen this. The menu, okay, good. These are all loaded up. And then, I guess it just doesn't like it when you pop out like 3 instances of Studio and run them all at the same time. I mean, I don't entirely blame them. All right, server list UI. Well, Gory was actually good, and I enjoy combat, but it's kind of low content, horrible community. Like, you would get jumped by 5 people that are boosted. Yeah, I have not played again, so I can't really give my full opinion on it, but I heard it was pretty bad. Like, there was something where, like, apparently, like, you'd get banned if you didn't play the game enough, which I feel like that tells more on the developer than it does on, you know, you as a player. Like, you shouldn't have to be, like, play the game a lot just to be able to have the honor of playing Gory, you know? Like, that's just crazy. Alright, here we go. Main game and the teleport UI. I probably will update this teleport UI, though, because the teleport UI probably isn't very good. And look at that, I was probably right. Yes, I knew it. I knew it would be bad. Actually, you know what? I don't hate it. You know what? Actually, I don't really hate it that much. Now, is it like a placid puke yellow? Or like brown? Yes, but like, we're not going to talk about that. Main game ID. Since teleporting can't really happen in Studio, I do not really care about that for now. Also, what games do you usually play in your break time? Oh, that's a good question. So, if you're talking Roblox games, I don't really play, like, honestly, I'm going to be totally honest. The games I play on Roblox are probably pretty boring to you people. However, let's take a look, actually. The latest ones I've been playing are Redliner. Yeah, Redliner's really the big one. I played Absolvement like a while ago. And then for like normal games on like other platforms, Sea of Thieves has been one I really like, but I have to like get a group on for that game to be any fun. And then, you know, but honestly, if you want the truth, I don't really play video games as much as you'd think I do. People are probably expecting, like, I don't know, Deep Woken, Rogue Lineage, but yeah, I don't really play. I haven't played a Monad game in a while. Who knows, maybe I'll do a deep stream sometime, but that will not probably be for a while. Because, man, those Voidwalkers ticked me off when I used to play the game. Let's see, is there anything else I need? Okay, I don't need anything, thank goodness. And now, this should be the easiest part, hopefully, because I can just hook literally everything up and not have to worry about anything. Fingers crossed, that is. Well, I don't have anything to say, but thanks for telling us. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, man. Thank you for asking, actually, because I don't think I've ever been asked that question, actually. Player to serverless UI. And I don't need the back button because I'll probably just edit the back button script here. Yeah. Workspace dot. Menu cam. We'll just keep it at the menu. And then player menu enabled. Server list gets disabled. Huh? And then the menu gets enabled again? What? And then what's this held? Why do I need this held thing? Mouse button 1 click. That shouldn't be mouse button 1 down. And then also, let's adjust this horrendous UI right here, because if we are gonna flash, yeah, there we go. This is awful. All right, let's fix this next. So, first step, let's take all these. These need to be center aligned. So, there we go. So now they're moved to the center of the screen, so it's a little less worse. But this back arrow is not properly aligned, so take this, and we're gonna make this button a little smaller. And we'll expand this out a little bit to look a little bigger. You know what? So instead of doing this, we're just gonna duplicate the quick join button and we'll move it over here and we'll make this the back button. Because I feel like this looks way better than this back button, so. So this will be our honorary new back button. We'll have this quick join button as our back button, so. I actually do like this thing right here. So we'll put this right here and we'll put quick join over here. And then this placid color is really, really bad. So let's change this color. This is a little bit more approachable, so I think this is a little better. Instead though, let's just set this transparency to 1. Oh my goodness, so much better. Like, the UI looks so much better. And now, let's duplicate the server template and move this in, because I want to see what this looks like. So, this doesn't look bad, but man, this could be improved. So, let's update this. Corner radius. First, let's fix the corner radiuses. Actually, no, they're fine. They're fine. This color, though, needs to be adjusted to be a little bit brighter. This players thing needs to be decreased a little bit. We'll put this right here. The join button, we'll do a UI text size constraint. Hold on. Oh, no, hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Hopefully, I will still be here by that time. But yeah. 25. We'll set this to 20, and I'll fill you in if you want to, and I'll fill you in on what I added back in. All right, this join button needs to be fixed color-wise as well because it doesn't look very good. So we'll do that, and then we'll do a UI stroke to make this look a little better. So we'll set this to border. Yeah, keep it at inner because I think inner looks a little better. So and this thickness needs to be increased a little bit. Where is it? UI list layout, that needs to be set to center align. Or is it right here where I can change the requirements on like how it aligns and stuff? Yeah, it needs to be there. All right, so center, vertical alignment's top. Yeah, horizontal alignment center. That's exactly what you want for this. And now let's fix the server name should be the biggest text out of it all. So I want the text constraint. Let's do text constraint. We'll make the minimum text size like 20. Good to see you back. Good to see you back, man. 20. Let's set this maybe like 10. There we go. That's back to normal. So no problem. Good to see you back, man. So yeah, here we go. And then this scroll bar should be on the right and not on the left because it just looks a little better. So there we go. And now we can just disable this. And then finally, oh, wait, did I forget? Did I put text, like a requirement or quick join? Yes, it looks so much better than the old one. Yes, I would agree with you. So, server list, play button, here we go. And then finally, server list UI dot enabled equals true. Then menu dot enabled, that's gonna equal false, just so we don't have the UI like overlaying on each other. So that should make this look a little better. There we go. Let that load up. Okay. Infinite yield possible and wait for child servers. We'll fix that in a second. Okay, only problem is this back button's kind of covered by like sun, which I don't really like. However, that could be easily changed by adjusting the UI over here. Or we could adjust the sun. 1 second, I'm just gonna real quick mute. All right, let's do this. So, where is it? All right. Sorry, I have to remember how to navigate through these things again. Sorry about that. I just had to talk with somebody real quick. There we go. So the menus work. Everything works properly. The credits work. The customized works. And good, all of the menus work properly. Everything is exactly what we're looking for. So now, let's fix this quick server issue, because it says there was, yeah, here we go. It says, yeah, there's no such thing as like a servers thing. So that's just a folder in replicated storage, it seems. Oh, it's just a subscribe to sync. So yeah, so we can just make a quick folder. We'll call that servers. And now we're done, I think. And then that will, yeah, subscribe to sync. So whenever a servers, you know, it'll show up there. However, unfortunately, there's no way to test this. So it should work though in theory. It should just work in theory, which is, I think, kind of all we need to worry about. So yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to do in this stream, or if I should just leave it here. I don't know. Is there anything you as the viewer want to see? As like literally the singular viewer, but I don't know. So, trying to think of what else needs to be added in. I mean, you know what? One more small feature that'll just make this way, way, way easier is I'm gonna adjust like some more detail on the map. Yeah, I think map detail is gonna be the first thing. Let's see here. Where's my celestial body dragger? I'm gonna real quick drag the sun a little over there and make it so that, you know, there we go. That's what we need actually. So now the back button should be covered up. No, what the heck? There we go. Yo, what's up? YMRU, welcome to the stream. So that's good. And I'm gonna move this down here. So hopefully we should have everything scenery-wise taken care of. And now that we got all that taken care of, we should have to focus on one last thing. And that would be getting the data store. Because I want to make sure that the person knows what slot they're in when they're playing the game. Because I don't feel like you need to know, like, extreme, you shouldn't need to know how the game, you know, like, operates. So we're gonna have to, like, I guess, I don't want to say idiot proof this, but I'm gonna have to say idiot proof. So we're just gonna idiot proof this. What about coconut palm on sand? I might do that, but I'm gonna leave that for, like, I don't know, map designer me probably. because I want to get all the features, like the like I want to get all the features into the game before I get like all the small visual things. And then these should just be a quick change. So we just, you know, switch the slot, and then yeah, so we switch the slot, and then we just have to change a couple small things. So it shouldn't show up the customization UI. It should show something else. So that would be, yeah, the playing UI. So player.player UI dot oh, I'm trying to remember what the UI is called. Not customization UI. It's like the not credits, server list UI. Here we go. Equals true. And then other than that, pretty much all of this doesn't need to be added in here. So I'm gonna take this slot 1, slot 2, paste this in here, and then slot 3 needs to be pasted up here as well. So yeah, we got all that taken care of now. And now I'm trying to think of what else needs to be done, because yeah, oh, and then we just need to go into here. So the next thing, headed controller. Oh, also, by the way, if you guys hear like crazy noises and stuff, my family's, or like a couple people in the other room are playing Mario Kart, so it's probably about to get pretty loud because they're really competitive. So just a heads up, if you hear somebody yelping in the background, I did absolutely nothing. They're just very competitive. So just a heads up, if you hear something, just don't worry about it. It happens. Server list UI. No. We don't mind. Don't worry about it. Thank you much. I just thought I'd let you all know that. Play. Data slot select dot visible equals true. And then we just need to change a couple quick things. So click manager. Okay, question. Now I think about it. You as viewers, would you guys want to see a stream where I, like, I don't know, play a video game or something? I just is curious, because I've done a lot of development streams in my time, and I'm just trying to find out a way, if there's like a way I can stream way more often, and to see if you guys would be actually interested in watching something like that, or if you guys just prefer like the normal. If you guys like the development content, I totally understand, but you know, I just wanted to see if y'all would be interested in like other things, me playing other video games, maybe while chatting with chat more, instead of just, you know. That'd be cool. Video games, we could do something together. What kind of game YM are you, GD? There we go. Yes! We did it. Alright. No, we didn't do it. Gosh, dang it. It's always this. Gosh, dang it. So, Smash Bros, I don't know. We could, it's just I don't have. Well, I have a Switch, I just don't know how to do a Switch setup, because there's so many, like, so much PII on that thing. Data spin a are we serious? Please tell me, like, I know. Here's the thing that's sad, though, is I know that's probably a real game, too. Like, that probably is a real game, unironically. And I wouldn't even, like, second guess it. It is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe. I wanna not believe this, but I know you're right. Which is what I just know you're right on this. Serverless UI. Oh, serverless UI must be disabled on the client then. So I just have to go here, serverless UI. Take this. Instead of this all being on the client, I'm gonna have to take this and move it over to the server. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a remote event here and then just put a script in here. I know this is really inefficient for those of you who are, you know, keeping score from home, but this is the lazy way of doing things. Player. And now we can just replace this with, there's also Okay, these games genuinely should not exist. Like, unironically. Like, how does David Bazooka, like, keep these things on the platform without getting himself, like, absolutely dunked on by every, like, social media, or sorry, every media platform alive? Like, oh my gosh, that has to unironically be, like, the most... The thing that's probably crazy is this game's probably, like, really popular, too, unironically. Like, unironically, there are probably, like, people who probably end up, like, actually playing these games. Like, there are probably people who actually invest time and also money into these games. Woman Simulator? Oh, dang, I could never do such a thing. Let's try making a slot from scratch and see if, like, you know, that works well, so... I don't know, we'll just make a normal slot and see how that goes. They added the thing as a DLC. Crazy. Yeah, it's popular. 1.2 concurrent players and also people who made the games are literally verified. That means a Roblox somebody, like an intern. It could even be an intern. I will give them the benefit of the doubt if it's an intern. But there could be, like, a Roblox intern probably looked at this and said, ah, yes, kids will love this game. Like, are we serious? Like, David? I mean, Mr. Bazooki, are we serious? Like, this is what we're doing? We'll go with, like, I don't know. This hair looks pretty nice. And then we'll go for, like, I don't know, the black color doesn't actually look too bad. Okay, you know what? Yeah, so unironically, we'll just do this. I'm bad at character design, but this looks good, so somewhat decent at least. So Augustus, that's an aura name. We'll take that. Jackson, that should be a first name, not a last name, probably. Matilda, Percival, Prudence, Walter. Wait, is there like White? Oh my gosh, I should actually. It'd be funny if Walter White was an actual user in the game, but I probably would get... We'll do Stonehaven. Okay, you know what? It's close enough. Walter Stonehaven. Alright. Our origin. Origins are not added in, but once these are in the game, these will be options for you to spawn. So I'm going to go with Ministry Floor, because that's going to be like... You should add hair ID part. I would do that, but the thing is the amount of Maharaga wheel users are the only reason, are like one of the only reasons stopping me from doing that. And also because I know people will abuse that system, whereas if I just do the pre-built like hair IDs, it just, you know, you'll have better maintained looking players. So I would agree with you with the hair ID. It's just I don't want to really do that right now. Sword. Did I spell balanced wrong? No, I think I spelled that right. Does fast swing and low damage. Okay. Basic metal, fast swing and low damage. Yeah, that's okay. We'll go with the dagger, because let's be honest, this guy's probably going to be a dagger build. Okay, earth. Use the earth to advantage, being able to bend the earth around you. Wind from your hands, being able to bend the wind to your advantage, allowing you to create wind-based attacks and dangerous suffocation-based after effects. Okay, there are a lot of typos. We're going to ignore all of those, but I'm thinking this guy will be a wind user, because that'd be really fun. And then eventually, struggling to read something you wrote. Yes, there are a lot of typos in these, because the thing is this is all one, like, I'll show you how the backend works in a quick second. So I can just click on this and it'll like... Okay, wait, we're not going to talk about that, it seems. At Nexus, are you enjoying Hunger Games? Yes, actually, I really like that book. That book's really good. No glaze, but it's pretty good. I'll give you that. Okay, the name isn't showing up, but that doesn't matter. You got a fire barber. You got a fire barber. What do you mean? But you got a fire barber, alright. Music to my ears. Yeah, probably. Dude, it's music to your ears because you were kind of right on this. Thank you for giving it a second chance, Twin. You can thank my dad because he was the one who recommended, oh, we should read Hunger Games. I was like, you know what? Okay, like I'll just do it, you know, to get it to, you know. And then I was like, all right, you know what? Actually, this isn't so bad. And guess what? It wasn't so bad. For those of you who haven't read the book, please read it. It's pretty good. All right. We have the menu finally done. Do you like the part where PETA dies? Dang, that's crazy. Did you... Wait, is that like a... How do you know about that? Wait a minute. How do you know about that? Like, unironically. Wait a minute. Oh, I did. You're right. You're right. I did. For those of you who don't know, that's an inside joke. We tried to gaslight my cousin into believing that one of the characters dies. So, yeah. So, yeah, unironically, that did happen. All right. So, we have done it. We've done the things that I actually needed to do off the to-do list. So, we have that done. What do y'all want to do for the rest of stream? Do we want to, I don't know. I guess I could probably put up a game if you guys want to watch a game. If you guys want to watch more development, let me know that as well. So, play G-Dash. I don't have Geometry Dash on my computer, so I couldn't do that. It'd be funny, but I don't know. I don't think many people might. You should play Geoduels. I'll probably play that on a different stream. For now, since I advertised it as a development stream. Oh, yeah, free GeoGuessr. I would use World Guesser because World Guesser, I have like the source code to World Guesser on the computer. So we could probably play that at some time. All right, what should we take a look at? I guess, what do you all want to see? Because I have a lot of files here that could be very, very entertaining or very, very boring for you to see, depending on who you are. Actually, you know what? Do y'all want to see... I want to see the AP World History Project. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, last year I was in AP World History. And they told us we had to make some kind of really creative, cool project for... AP World History about like something. So I made it about World War II D-Day. And you know, things happened, and then apparently it was actually a pretty good project, allegedly. We're gonna turn the volume down so I don't lose my eardrums don't get burnt out. Bro, it's so tough. I can't get over. Don't glaze it, because it's not that. I mean, you know. For reference, this is also the fact I went right after it was just depressing. No, yours was pretty good. Let's be honest. Your project was actually pretty good, man. For those of you who don't know, he did a project on... I probably can't say their name on YouTube because I don't want to get taken out by... I don't want to get, like, demonetized, but... We'll call them the Colt Runner guys. We'll just call them that because that's the closest I can get to them. Oh yeah, I also ignore that all of these guns are unhistorically accurate. Like, yes, I know there wouldn't be an Ergi EOTech in the game, but we're not going to talk about that. W-Ball. No, not W-Ball. The fact is that this... Oh... The fact that there are unironically like 100 guns shooting at the same time. Alright, we're just gonna take some of these people out. So for reference, they don't care at this point. Yes, I coded their crowd AI within one project, or sorry, within one day, like worth of history, so I was like, all right, you know what? It's like I don't need to put in that much effort for this, you know? Like, this one of your old projects, yes. So this was for my AP World History class. So, you know, being a developer, when you get the creative property, or sorry, the creative opportunity, you must always make a video game. Just trust me. You get an A+ every time. After this, could you show us Eclipse? Oh, wait, how do you know about Eclipse? Did I mention that on stream at one point? But yes, I will show you Eclipse. Yes, I will. Okay, yeah. No, I saw it there. Oh! Sneaky eye. I like where your eyes look, because this actually, Eclipse is the second project that was probably the most worked on. Is probably Eclipse is probably the second most worked on project in this entire thing. So I'm gonna pull up. Do you guys want to see the main menu, or do you guys want to see the actual game first? Because the game's a very, very mission-based, so, you know. Actually, we'll just show the menu first. Oh, man. Why does Roblox have to make it so hard to see, like, the place? To find, like, your places and stuff. Yo, Deep Barovian, welcome to the stream. Right now, we are going through all of my... Or not all, but a very fair amount of my old projects. So, you know... Feel free to take a look at these. Some of these we'll laugh at. Some of these might actually be good. So, yeah. Let's edit this in Studio and see if it shows up. Yeah, so this is Eclipse. This is the second most worked on project. How you finish games? Good question. I don't finish games. I make frameworks and then I never actually make the game. If you want the truth, man, that's how it's worked ever since the beginning. Oh, music. I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for that, aren't I? Yeah, so this is... Oh, we love when that happens. Alright, here we go. Let's just say he got lazy. Yes, I got lazy. There you go. And also because I don't have a map designer. I'm about to get striked, but the thing is I don't make any money off these streams anyway. And yes, I actually had to make TOS because this was back when Roblox had like that really big problem with, like, you know, the people appearance. It's funny, all of these games practically run on the same backend. Practically, they look so much similar backend wise. Like the character customization's the exact same. Oh my gosh, these colors look so much uglier. You can tell, like, my lighting skills are really bad. Huh. So you make frameworks applicable to other games. Yes, technically. At least you can see you improved a lot. Yes, I have improved a lot over the span of these things. I do like the UI. I will actually say this, though, is I do think the UI in this game looks a little better than Maroon's UI does. But that's only because I put less effort into Maroon's UI than I put into this one. Files. So, how many of you played Pressure? Yes, this is exactly what you think it is. This is the file system. You should get a building partner. I got one. I might have to consider that. Tips to get out of tutorial hell. I would advise, to practically what I'd say, learn how to problem solve. That's my best advice, because the thing is I don't know how to best say it, but problem solving is the best skill you can learn when it comes to most of these things. So, like, I don't know. Let's say maybe a combat system, for example. Learn how to break that combat system down into simpler steps, and all of a sudden your projects become 10 times easier. So I would say break things down into simple steps, and then learn how to implement that with the programming language or the framework or whatever you use, you know? So yeah, there were initially, for the demo, there were going to be 4 missions. I only made 1. This was the mission I made. It never ended up being any good though, so this one had a cutscene for it. The black site was built, halfway built. No, not even halfway built. It was never finished. And the frameworks always existed. So I think let's start with the framework because that's the boring part. So let's get the boring part out of the way so that, so as you see, this enemy AI is probably the most robust enemy AI I've ever made in a video game. So this enemy AI, did you join the servers I sent you in Discord? I'm pretty sure I did, yes. I'm pretty sure I did. So these enemy AIs are built off of really, really, really complex system. I have not joined row devs and hidden devs, mostly because, I don't know, honestly, I haven't joined both of those yet, but the other ones I think I've joined. So yeah, as you see, there are these little indicators kind of around my screen. These are suspicion indicators, so when they look at you, next we will join my stream tomorrow. I might be able to. I probably will. So yeah, we got these fancy proximity prompts. We got lock picking. So as you see, there's this little thing in the top left, and as you see, enemies now classify me as suspicious and stuff, which is kind of what this is. So I don't have a rewire card, so I can't rewire this, but I can drill this door open. So, oh, I almost just got spotted by that guy. This is a disguise rack, so you can grab disguises from the disguise rack, kind of. This is a sound brick. You can, I'll play a sound later, but NPCs actually will flock to sound naturally. So if they hear a huge explosion, they'll go investigate the sound. So they have the same IQ as a horror movie character practically. And then this is also the mission system. So, retrieve bioweapons and stuff. These are restricted zones. So when you step in restricted zones, you'll actually be put as trespassing. And as you see, this person is staring me down because I was trespassing earlier, and now they're investigating me. So they'll look around the area where I was a while ago. And I can just... So as you see, I just made a vaulting. I did a huge vault, right? And that actually made the NPC hear me. And they actually went to go investigate, which is really, really cool. How these enemy AI systems work. So this is the most robust system I think I've ever built. It's got dialect, so you can dialogue, and it actually works in multiple languages. So you can actually edit the file and change it for different languages. So yeah, that's a really, really cool feature that I added in. Also, if, I don't know, let's say you don't want to handle conflicts. Actually, we'll disable the camera first because that's probably the best idea I can do. And then also, all right, here's the cool thing. If you sneak up behind an NPC, he'll look directly at you if you get within range, which, again, it's a lot of the small features that make this enemy AI system stick out. But let's just say, I don't know, I sneak up behind him and then talk to him. He is now interrogated. So you can force NPCs to answer your dumb questions. Uh-oh. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna have to answer this guy's radio before anything happens. So pretty much if you don't know, when you don't answer the radio, you usually have to, do some stuff. You can bag up the enemies. That's a standard. So I think half of you know what this game's based off of. Most of you probably do. And that game's name is Entry Point. Let's go. None of you, if any of you have never played the game, highly would advise it. The game's kind of difficult, and unfortunately, it's one of those games where it takes a lot of trial and error, which I don't like. But I would say it's a great game, honestly. So I would highly advise any of you who've never played Entry Point, go play it. It is worth your time, in my opinion. Though I'd play the Freelancer's Cut because that game's way more entertaining than the original. Or, well, a little bit. I think it really counts. So you can grab items from bags. Oh, no problem. YMRU, I'll see you next. I'll see you. See ya. Thanks for joining the stream, man. So yeah, we got this whole gun system. And that's like a lot of like the Eclipse framework. You know, you can only go so far with like how the framework operates at like a framework level. However, the missions themselves in practice, like even if the framework is like totally awful and put together by rusty bolts and stuff, the game still operates and still plays pretty well for a player who's like never seen the game. I have to find this now, but I will find the places. Okay. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see concept maps? Do you guys want to see cutscenes? Or do you guys want to see the tutorial? I almost fell asleep. Sorry about that, man. That was probably really boring. I'm terribly sorry about that. I'm terribly sorry about that. City mission, cutscene testing. Alright. No, I didn't mean it like... No, I know what you mean, man. I know you didn't mean that. Maps. Okay, so... Just keep in mind, this is me maybe 1 or 2 years ago, so none of these look any good. However, with that in mind, I present to you one of the maps I never finished, the Black Site. Let me see if I can load this up. Alright, yeah, as you see, I never finished this, but these little bounding boxes were going to be where I put things. So, as you see, I never finished the map, but the first room, I think, probably had the most effort put into it. So, this probably will be re-scrapped or reused sometime soon. Once I'm going to pop out chat. I wish there was a way I could, like, pin a window, but I can't for some reason. Let's see here. Hello, Smedgies. Welcome to the stream. So just a heads up, we're, taking a look over some of my older projects. This game will probably make a comeback. Once I finish, like, developing a lot of Marooned, I might eventually hand it over to, like, another developer, or, like LTS, like, another developer will probably handle LTS, and then this game will become the next big devlog project. Don't worry though, it doesn't mean I will never abandon Marooned. I love that game. It's just that I also want to work on this game as well. So yes, the Black Site. So yeah, that's the Black Site. It's pretty boring, as you guys can tell. We want to see cutscene. We want to see demo, like a demonstration mission, or do we want to cutscene, demonstration mission, or another demonstration map, like the map that doesn't look really good? Because it's probably really small, and this was the first map I ever made, so... Or, well, kind of. We understand, I feel you, bro. I want to make Tokyo Ghoul game, but I can't right now. How do you go about modularizing old code into frameworks? Honestly, how I did Marooned was I literally just said, you know what, screw this, and I rewrote the entire game practically from scratch. So, I threw it out. I wrote the framework, so I wrote... If Marooned first started, it first started as like a modular loading framework. So pretty much what it was I took like a client-sided player and a server-sided player, combined them both together, and then I made, the basis for client-server communication. And then I added new things, added new modules into it. And eventually, okay, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I might consider open sourcing a bit of Marooned's framework. All right, I'm going to put that chat right on one side of the screen so I can see what you guys mean. Are talking about Nexus was high-key a really good inspiration for me. Well, of course, Nexus is quite I respect. I never committed to learning Luau back in the day, but came back after getting... C#, Unity, Fortnite, UEFN, and Verse, and Law has been extremely easy. You could make a base example. Okay, yes, I will agree. You know what? You want to know how I started making video games? Okay, this actually is really, really funny, because the thing is I sucked at this, but I was originally taught C#. That was the first language I technically ever learned, was C#. You could make a base example and then open source it. I might make a base example and open source it. There will be eventually, I might have a period where I open source a fair amount of my Roblox code because I might eventually just like, I don't want to say leave the platform, but I might just eventually put a lot of my projects into LTS. Oh, you're making a Tokyo Ghoul game. That's actually pretty nice, man.
Yeah,
I might have to. Haven't added any Tokyo Ghoul content yet. I mean, it is what it is, you know? I mean, every game starts with absolutely zero content. I mean, look at my projects. They have no content whatsoever. They're just, better than nothing. Yeah, man. Honestly, if you have a killer combat system, that's all you really need, honestly. I mean, look at what Rogue Lineage's entire progression is just killing people. But I think that can be said about a lot of games. I wanted to make a Black Magic inspired game, but I'm still new. Yeah, I've never actually heard of Black Magic. I'm kind of just making systems that make up a game and then I'll combine them later. My advice to you, Smedgies, make sure that they integrate well as soon as possible, because if you don't, you will regret it. Yeah, you want to make sure your systems are compatible with each other, because that's what the original Marooned wasn't really compatible. Oh my goodness, this was the first map I ever made. Look at the state of this. Okay, it probably doesn't look too bad because it's really dark outside. But, oh my goodness, this project, you guys want to know the truth? This project was so crazy bad. Alright, do guns even still work? Okay, no, they don't. Barely. I know, the camera bob is so bad. You know what's sad though is I couldn't remove the camera bob because the camera bob was obfuscated, so I had literally no way. You want to head to the security. It's on floor 7. This is literally all free models, except for the gun system. I genuinely, like, I unironically actually kind of paid a fair amount of money for that. Elevator. I can't hit floor 7. What the heck? I might just have to reset my character. What the heck? Oh, was it like a free model dump? Who the heck gonna obfuscate? No. It's so pretty much this was an ACS system. So pretty much there was an ACS system that was paid that I bought called Strike Engine back in the day. And it was like a modified ACS engine system. And it was meant to be like a really realistic milsim like camera, or sorry, like really milsim like system. So that's why the camera bob is so crazy. Or it might just be the fact that I added an extra camera bob. Okay, so I did add an extra camera bob, I think. But yes, the Strike Engine source code is obfuscated. My bad. All right. Head to floor 7. Unironically, though, if I just, like, added in a couple more microtransactions, I probably could unironically, like, make this game actually work. Honestly, I wish more good games were being pushed to platforms that are slop. Yeah, I wish so, too. You should make a Discord. Okay, you know what's funny is I actually have one here. I'll send the link for this. I'll send the link to the Discord real quick. 1 second. Invite to server, edit invite link, generate new link. Here we go. Bless you. No, don't worry, man. I get it. Stream delay is crazy. Gotta sit down and spoon feed me knowledge on map building and modeling. Map building mainly. Oh my gosh. You know what? I suck at map building and map modeling. So, you know, keep in mind, these are my maps you see here. Like, these are awful. Locate the head of affairs office. Well, I don't really need to locate it when there's a really big icon telling me where it is. Okay, I'm really mad at past me because why are all of the important things on floor 6 and 7? Like, genuinely, I don't want to be that guy. But man, that's really annoying for some reason. And why does the wooden door make the loudest metal door clonk I've ever heard? Grab the key card and open the security office. Can I have the key card, please? Huh? Alright, I have the key card now. Okay, wait, this key card model actually doesn't look too bad, so I'll give you that. I'll give it that. But yeah, whoever was asking what's the easiest way to learn game design, I think C# and Unity games are good start. I unironically started making cheats that ran off of Sharp Mono for Unity games. All right. I unironically probably could like rework this and it would look a little better. Why does the scan key card need a mini game? All right, shut down the server room doors, disable the camera. You know what I will give myself credit for is the fact that I was somewhat persistent while making this. Huh. What the heck? Honestly, this game would have been better first person. Yeah, it 100% would have. I think it genuinely just broke. Yeah, this actually just broke. No way. Is there actually a server room, though? I kind of want to find out. What's floor 8? Is there, like, nothing on here? Is there anything here, actually? Okay, nothing here. It's probably on floor 9. I'll bet if we go take a look at, like, floor 9 or something. Hey, look! The door's wide open. Now, where's the server I have to go extract data from? Because there's, like, hundreds of these that look identical. You know what, though? Unironically, I would take this map, repurpose it. Like, actually, I would unironically repurpose this game's map for later. So, yeah, I would unironically repurpose this map. Alright. We're out of that now. Now we got cutscenes. Be right back. Gonna get food. Alright, man. Alright, man. Don't worry. Alright. What cuts? Do we want to see the cutscene for the set? Or do we want to see the prologue cutscene? Do we want to see... Or actually, we'll do the prologue and the cutscenes all together. Do you all want to see the cutscenes and the prologue and the actually we'll just do like the miscellaneous things and then we'll and then I'll finally showcase the prologue, which was actually, fun fact, the prologue was actually another school project for a programming class. So yeah. If you can't tell, I have this really bad habit of like uploading these projects for school and then getting good grades. Like, unironically, it actually works. Like, if you have an opportunity to make a game or make something creative for your school project, you might actually, like, get better. I had the worst grades, man. Trust me. I think it really comes down to probably where you're from, depending on how good your grades are. But, like, I live in a place where it's really easy to get, like, really good grades, so that's probably a lot of it. Alright, let's see this. How are we gonna do it? Considering the fact that we can't just go in easily. Okay. Seems I was really bad at writing, too. Oh, we won't be going in alone. Okay. Then how are we gonna get in? Alright, everyone meet ____. He will be our inside man. Hello, everyone. Pleased to be working with you. He is a part of the cast who's decided to help us with this mission. Okay. You will be going in to help him get the DNA and any other evidence you may find. All right, then. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. I'm actually dying. That should not have been good. Are there any other genres you want to make? Yes, there are actually. There are a lot. It's just it's not great. Oh, you're from Georgia. Oh, Georgia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you. Yeah. I haven't been to Georgia in a very long time. Last time I went there was Exotic. I think he wants to improve his RPG game. I think I want to make a lot of games. The RPG game is the main priority, though, because that game's the furthest along. RPG and adventure game. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. You mean country or state? Georgia's a country. I'm referring to the state, like the U.S., the state in the U.S. Is Georgia actually a country? Wait, one sec. No, it's just a U.S. state. No, wait, there is a country. So you've been in Georgia. I've been there a couple times. I've never heard of this. How have I never heard of this? I actually was okay at geography, but I never knew that. Well, it's older than the USA. Yeah, yeah, fair point, fair point. I tried making a fighting game, but barely made any progress. Honestly, trust me, it takes a while. Okay, you know what? We'll finish these Eclipse cutscenes, and then do you guys want to see the first RPG game I ever made? I mean, well, I don't really want to say I made, because let's be honest, I made is always a strong word, because it was a lot of free models, but it was like one of the first games I actually did some Lua scripting for. Alright, this one says cutscene testing, so I wonder if there's actually a cutscene here, or if there's literally nothing in here, but we'll find out. Ooh! Oh no, this is prologue. Boo. Alright, you know what? It's okay to use free models when it's your first time. Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with that. So we'll have two tabs open. We'll have the cutscene test tab open. And let's see that. Let's see that first. Cutscene service. Ooh, there is a cutscene. No, there isn't. Nope, never mind. Never mind. It literally just locks the camera. Nope, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay, so we're not even going to talk about that. That was really bad. And so, pretty much, I literally, like, locked in for, like, I don't know, a couple days and made this little cutscene, so... Where are you, my... Oh! You're dead on the floor. Love when that happens, I guess. I don't know. Did not expect that, but I'm on to the next room, I guess. Watch out. When you enter this room, you will be in restricted area. Just be cautious and make your way to the next room. Alright. Okay, how the heck did that thing spot me? We're just not even going to talk about that. Now, grab a disguise in that clothing rack and see if you can pass that camera. Once you finish, one of my associates will help you learn how to breach doors. Okay. Nice. So I got my disguise. And unironically, I'm actually like... Ooh! Wait, a sentient human being. What's up? Oh, he's got split hair. I forgot about that. Alright, lockpick. Let's see here. Pick the lock. As you guys can tell, I put like barely any effort into this. Or well, I put a lot of effort into this, but this was like maybe a couple years ago. Back when I was in like... I wasn't even in high school yet. That's crazy. I wasn't even in high school when I made this. That's absolutely insane. I was still in freaking middle school when I made this, so... I technically still use free models. Yeah, I'm never touching VFX or Moon Animator till my last breath. I do not blame you. You never want to touch Moon Animator. That plugin has to be my least favorite. Like, Why are all of the NPCs like just flat on the floor? What the heck? Alright, let's hack this thing. Get Blender Trust. I have Blender. Blender is a good software. I love Blender as a software, actually, unironically. But the thing is I cannot animate. Like, I've used Blender, I've tried Moon Animator, I've tried the default animator. I'm bad at all of them. Like, unironically. Now grab the tablet. You should eventually be able to find that door. Once you do, and it's compromised, try opening using the bar on the bottom right. One of my coworkers will be on the other side of the door to teach you about weapons once you open the door. That's pretty repetitive, but I can't either, but I still attempt. Yeah, I usually just use the Roblox, like, animator. Power line, door traverse. Alright. Did I open it? Good, it did. Hello there. I'm Riven. I'm going to teach you the basics of weapons. To start, grab the gun on the table. Really? I couldn't tell I had to grab the big shiny weapon on the table, huh? Shoot the target. Not bad at all. Now press R to reload the gun. Nice, kid. Let's head to the auditorium so you may meet the rest of us. Well, I unironically have the perfect friend group. Oh, really? Wait, do you have like a friend group where it's like a lot of animator, VFX? Oh, you're lucky. One animator, one VFX artist, one builder. I would unironically, that's actually a great friend group. Oh my gosh. There's not even idle animations for any of these characters. So it looks like an interrogation, unironically. So yeah, this cutscene will be twice as good if I just made it so more characters had idle animations.
Alright guys, getting close to bed.
The VFX artist, the laziest person I've ever met though. The animator, the most hardworking. Honestly, that makes sense actually. Animators are pretty chill usually. The VFX, there is something about scripting that has like the most egotistical community ever, like unironically, but that's mostly just the Roblox community in general. And honestly, yeah, I think that's everything for Eclipse. All right, what do we want to do? What should I do? Do we want to see? I'm trying to think of what I could show on stream that you guys might find interesting. Let me know if there's something you guys see that might interest you. Huh. Deep Woken Combat. Oh. Let me see if I can find that again. So this is unironically, you guys might find this interesting, but the reason this is literally an asset pack that I took, this was like a paid asset pack I got. So I cannot show the code here. Just to let you all know, I cannot show the code here because this is a closed source asset. However, I can show this off because this is available on YouTube. Shout out to the Stranded dev. He's the one who made most of these asset packs. So shout out to the guy. He's the one who made the movement and the combat system, but other than that, I made pretty much everything else. So movement, combat is all Stranded, but other than that, the rest of the systems are the stuff I made. So it's like a couple of small things, like the mission board. This is the OG Marooned mission board system. The OG Marooned campfire system. The OG chest pickup system. The original movement system's really bad though. Or sorry, it's really good. It's way better than actually the original Marooned combat than the new combat system. But it's just that the new Maroon combat system works perfectly with the movement. Both of them work really well together. And the parry training's way better in this version. So yeah, this is like the thing. And then also, I think I had an extension. I'm trying to remember how to do it. There's like a way I can... I'm trying to remember how to do it. There's like a way I can uppercut the guy. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Or if it's even in this one. There's like a way I can... Yeah, it's because this is available on YouTube. It's by a guy named Stranded Dev on YouTube. Check your Discord, Jen. I need some... What's that? Ooh, this is actually... Wait, this looks clean. I saw VFX and like a neuron activated. One sec. Okay, unironically, this does look pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. I would say... Okay. A fair amount of your animations and your VFX look really, really good. However, I would say this, is you should fix your fist punching animations. That's probably what I would say is like number one. So like I would say look for like, I don't know, look on like Row VFX or someplace for like free like fist animations. It will go a long way to make like the punching look a little, or like I guess the thing to look better though. Honestly though, those snow VFX are clean, honestly. Those are, like, the clean, really clean. I promised my friend I'd use this. Okay, I get it then, man. I understand. So, yeah, I understand that, though. But, yeah. So, yeah, this is OG, like, the original Marooned. Also, can you rate mine, too? Which one are you? Are you the, I forget, are you... Or let me take a look at this. Ooh, wait, I saw a custom menu screen. Nice, nice. I don't like the spin system, but that's just a bias I personally have. So, you know, I think, honestly, if you have it, it's totally... It's fine, it's just, you know... I think it's... I just have a beef, personally, against... I like the spin system, though, I'll tell you that. It looks good, visually speaking. It looks great. It's just that I'd be careful with... It counts on what your goal is with this game. Nice, clean M1s, I see that. Nice critical. Nice crit animation. Dude, your Katana M1s are actually pretty clean. I'll give you that. The animations look pretty nice. Okay, nice. Nice inventory, too. I'd say, yeah, the UI is really, really good, actually. I'll give you that. The UI, I'd say, is really good. So, yeah. I'd say it looks really good. Visually speaking, your UI is like, way better than mine. So I'd say that's... probably what I would say for, you know, the UI is very, very clean. However, I'd say, you know, bro's hitboxes are a never-ending problem source. I don't know what you mean by hitboxes. Thank you so much, but inventory and combat system are broken right now. I am never satisfied. I don't know what you mean by hitboxes are a never-ending problem source. So... I've spent 4 hours working on lag compensation. Yeah, that's actually, you know what, that's actually very fair. That's a really, really, really annoying part for this. Let's see, your testing base plate. Magic system. Let's see here. Mochi test. This was that was an open source asset, so I'm not even gonna talk about that, but let's see here. But yeah, I mean, it works great, but if you're laggy, it feels sloppy for my game at first. That's fair. Client-sided hitboxes can work, but make sure, yeah, there we go, exploit check. A server-sided validation is what you need to make sure that your system like exceeds beyond expectations, because people like me will be lazy and will just say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go with normal client-sided hitbox, or sorry, server-sided hitboxes, server-sided everything. But like, it doesn't work, honestly. Yeah, but I just say keep an eye out with that. With just make sure, as long as you have a strong, I don't know. I just have a thing for snappy and responsive gaming. Yeah, I understand that 100%. The only thing is, I have pretty decent internet, which makes me really fortunate. However, it also makes it so like I never actually think about properly optimizing the internet connection. So it doesn't, it doesn't really go very well with that. So yeah, unfortunately, you all, I do have to go. Thank you all so much for tuning into the stream. Thank you all. I will probably, I'm not going to stream. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. That's probably not much. And also, unfortunately, within the next couple weeks, my classes in school will be starting back up, so I will not be able to, you're busy. No, I don't know if I'm busy tomorrow. I just don't really know. So I'd say I might. I don't know, though. It really just counts because I'm going to be moving a bunch of equipment back someplace. But yeah, so I won't probably be streaming or making videos as much as I should. Mostly because I don't know what to make videos on, but I will be live streaming as often as I can. So a lot of the streams will be on the weekends probably. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude the stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you all for showing up. So I'll see you all on the next stream, and have a good night. See y'all, or well, maybe day for some of you. See ya.